Dude, I don't even know if I was ready for this, but okay. So I kind of found this. Man, I forgot. A reader, or I mean, a listener sent me a personal message through OneUp.com and tipped me off to a post by a guy named Nanaki Wolfman, and that was hilarious. And unfortunately, it didn't print correctly, so I couldn't read the whole thing. But what I did was I took this guy's name and I put it in, as a search term in Google, and found that he's a busy guy. So he's posting on like Yuffie forums, which is a term for when furries copulate. And
wait, what's it called?
Yiffing.
How do you spell
Yiffy. Yifffi.
Yiffy?
Yeah.
Remember
It was like
you're gonna Google
something.
it later, Jeff?
Because
No,
I sent the link to a friend, and he was like,
on a couple
"Fuck you, dude! I'm not opening a link that starts with Yiffy."
Yiffy.
And yeah, so while I don't have that, I found the same guy posting on the Fantasism forum, and Nanaki Wolfman. His original post, what it revealed to me was that he was saying that it's social pressure essentially that makes us that makes a straight man think that like Charlize Theron is attractive or whatever, and that
it's just it's social pressure.
Well, that it's entirely I mean, whatever. Clear. I think he was willing to concede to some extent that yes, like I don't know. I'm getting all.
But wait, if we could just if we could take the social pressure off and just admit it to ourselves,
then you would like what he likes.
Okay.
What he likes is...
So it's not
he's
our
freed himself.
It's not his problem.
The
it's
character
our problem.
that... he must be called... The character must be known as Nanaki in the Japanese version of the game.
Okay.
But, Ryan, help me. This is just Final Fantasy. It's not 7, is it?
That's 7.
Or is it 7?
Red 13?
Red 13?
Yeah, that's 7.
Is basically a lion. A very mean one.
Got tattoos.
That he's attracted to?
So, yeah. So, in this thing, he goes on and he's talking about how, how gorgeous, and everyone would, the scales would fall from their eyes and they would see how gorgeous and lithe and ferocious Red 13 is.
Wow. So he's like out of the Matrix.
He's definitely out of the Matrix.
Liking our...
Swallowed something.
Okay.
waiting for the laugh. That was supposed to be a punchline. Okay. So Nanaki Wolfman poses the question to his fellow Fantasism forum goers that would our characters really want us? And he says, wow, I'm not even ready for it. God, I didn't have a voice for this. I actually had, when I was singing about Naruto, I came up with some other voice. I already forgot what it was. I wanted to work on
emo
it.
nerd.
But okay. I just had a thought that if Nanaki were really physical on this world, what are the chances he would want me? I'm so passionate about him. But I think my wanting to be around him so much would simply drive him crazy. Nanaki doesn't seem the type to want to settle down, and from his experiences wouldn't really like to get that friendly with humans. In a way, I am glad that I can have him only in my thoughts and dreams. If he were real and rejected me, it would hurt badly. Now I can only hope to dedicate much of my time to showing him, whoever I think he is, that I do indeed care for him. So
not only is he fantasizing about this animated creature, he's already neurotic and needy for him.
Exactly.
Why won't he
guy
call?
needs therapy in a bad way.
Why won't Red 13 call me?
Poster Enigma 13.
Maybe I'll play hard to get, then he'll want me.
Poster Enigma 13, who takes his avatar and his whatever after, I can't tell, is that Digimon or Pokemon? Some piece of shit looking thing.
Who's the expert on
Hey,
this?
excuse me, they're
That's
very
Pokemon?
different.
I think so.
Okay, so here's a
that's
Pokemon.
Mewtwo,
dude.
everyone. Mewtwo.
Okay, and he goes,
Which Pokemon?
it's a critical question and the answer is different for all of us. Some of us love malicious characters who would sooner kill you than love you. In those cases, we may be a little unrealistic in our hopes. Here's how I see it. I think that this immense need, this love, is something so strong that when we meet our characters, it will be something that they can't deny. I don't know about you, but if I could meet one of my loves and be friends, I'd be fine. I think if we don't approach them like crazy, love-needy freaks, then we have a chance with any one of them. And if we finally find them and ruin it by acting like possessive fools, then they'll probably take it as they see it and get away from you. But if you calmly approach them and let them know the immense passion you feel, they may admit to it. They may not.
This guy has a way better chance of scoring.
I believe there's anything with the
first
heart
guy.
which shows some sympathy to our situation.
He's got a rap laid out.
He does. So a
He's
third
a
guy
player.
joins in
Okay.
because this is a debate here. Like, this is not, there's no.
How should we
consensus.
approach our animals? Okay.
It's either Gilmon or Gaomon, and this is definitely a Digimon. And he says, I agree with Enigmamon and with the one I love. Gaomon is an affectionate, loving, caring Digimon. He would be happy someone likes him so much. Of course, he may not understand at first, but he'd grow into it, and then he'd eventually feel the same about me as long as I show him the way I feel. I'm sure Nanaki would be the same way. Maybe not as playful, maybe not as trusting, and maybe not as friendly as Gaomon would be at first, but he'd eventually get there. Nanaki's not a cruel person. He's kind-hearted and a little naive. Of course, there's a chance for both of you. Then, okay, let's just keep going. We had did you notice we had someone walk by?
Yeah, we had a couple people on the 5th floor walk by and give
They
us
don't
weird
like that
looks.
voice.
Yeah, they don't like that voice.
So let's take it
It's
back
a little
to
too close to
Taylor
home.
character.
Yeah, so okay.
On a more liberal note, if their psychology is similar to that of humans, and they have libido, then there's always a chance your character could be into you, even if he's not human. That would be interesting.
Then,
yeah,
okay.
wouldn't it?
Then the super spastic one that they're gonna call security on me if I do again says that he hopes his character would be into him because he has a long-standing plan to marry him.
We're back to
Dude,
that
that
again.
guy that walked by ruined it, man. I'm gonna blame it on him. Why can't I come down
Just
into
do
your,
it.
into your
Do it.
floor
Do it. Come on,
and,
screw
Go
him.
out, go
Screw
ahead
him.
and do it. Give
Come
it your
on.
best shot.
Okay. Oh, actually, here's a normal voice. So Steve, an unregistered poster, who could very well be the person who tipped me off to all these shenanigans, comes in and says, they wouldn't. You aren't their kind. Chances are they would just use you for your money and leave you. It's the sad truth. Get over it. And then Enigma 13 responds,
Well, that's a pretty sad view of things. It depends on who you're talking about. For example, if you're a Digimon lover, it doesn't matter if your Digimon loves you or not. It'll be by your side always. So you may as well add some intimacy to the relationship.
Oh my god. Okay.
that's hot right there.
But for other characters, that may indeed be the case. The question is, will it be worth it just to have seen them?
I think we need to have a link to the thread because
can we
all
go back
these
to that
images.
guy's logic?
Okay,
He's
let's
saying
go
that-
back to it. Yeah.
He's
There's
saying that
no logic here.
since they won't leave
Bullshit,
you
right?
anyway, you might as well have sex with them.
Yeah,
Is that
he
was
says,
his point?
your Digimon, it doesn't matter whether they like you or not because they're by your side. So I guess
So you might as
anyone
well
here
bone
know
'em.
anything about Digimon?
I'm assuming it's just like Pokemon, and they're kind of slaves.
No, I have you know they're totally different.
They'll obey you no matter what you do. So you might as well, in his words, you might as well add some intimacy to the relationship. I shudder to think about when someone takes that kind of reasoning to their pets and everything else.
Yeah, that guy shouldn't be allowed to have cats.
Oh man,
Yeah.
or children.
Or anything. You
Honey,
shouldn't even
what
be
do you-
allowed to have like a goldfish in a bowl.
Put the fish back, honey.
There's more.
I'm losing my voice from doing those voices, so I don't know if maybe we'll have to continue it next week. But this debate goes on and on and on.
Wow.
This is far from settled.
Okay, to be
you need
continued.
if you need to chime in and you're listening, you think that maybe, oh God, Gabumon joins in. If you think that Gabumon or Miracle Maker or Nanaki Wolfman or Enigma 13 are right, let us know.
It'd
if
be
you think they're
interesting to hear what listeners think.
yeah,
Do you
what are the
think that
opinions
you're-
out there?
Should you just go ahead and have sex with your Digimons? Should you respect them more? Do you think that they would actually like you?
Would they like you
Would they
back?
like you better if you played a little harder to get? Say.
You know,
This is kind of a love lines for
As always.
for what are they called? Yiffies?
Yiffin.
Yiffy love lines.
We're so used to this stuff now that when we open it, there would have been a time a few years ago if I had seen this,
You would have called the cops.
there would be no way. No, there would be no way. I would not for a moment believe this could be true. In
Yeah.
fact, if you told me that you loved Laura Croft and you were wondering if she would like you back, I would think you're the biggest dipshit I ever listened to. But then when you flipped it up, when you flipped the script and you come back at me with a fucking Digimon,
Right.
I would not believe that at all. There would be
Right.
no way.
right.
But now we're so used to it.
Maybe we could be like a call, like an advice line. Like love lines. We could have people call in.
Yeah.
With
Let's
their,
embrace them because we gotten so much mileage
Right.
out of these dudes. You know what?
Call in
Call
with
us
your
in.
problems.
We'll help-
We'll
we'll help
help
to-
you.
we're
If you're
gonna-
wondering if you should, not be so needy in front of your Digimon, we'll have answers for you.
Yeah, just give me your personal cell phone number, Jeff, while we're telling him to call in.
Yeah, call me at. Yeah, maybe
I've
not.
always felt I was grass type, but Squirtle is water type.
We could there's some mileage there.
We're not making fun of these people though. We are.
Dude, we did this exact the first time we had Sonic Passions. You said the same thing, and I was
wait,
like,
shit.
I am.
Oh yeah, you're right. We
No,
are.
we totally.
And then I got someone yelled at me on our message boards for being like, I don't know,
Insensitive.
closed-minded or something. It doesn't hurt anyone. I was like, well, that doesn't mean I can't fucking laugh at it. Like it takes me some restraint to not laugh at that, man.
Well, you're just
All right, I'm
closed-minded. You're closed-minded, Sean.
I don't think you should touch your Digimon, especially if they aren't able to protest.
especially if they're
Yeah,
not
there's a
into you.
Moral ground there you're crossing.
Especially if you're being needy for them. Why won't you love me?
And if they can only say Pika,
I've trained
don't
you.
Go there.
We need a documentary on this, in the way that we've got like Trekkies out there, which is great, and all their there's documentaries called Okie Noodling about fishing in Oklahoma with your fist for catfish. You basically lure them out of. Anyway, there's
What?
documentaries
Wait,
on
what's that about?
It's a type of just basically hand fishing. You use your hand for bait, and the catfish go into these mud holes, and they'll be very, very large. So you basically ram your
Just grab them.
fist down their mouth,
punch-
and then they clamp up on it, and then
Fucking hell.
then you extract it with all your might. Or if you don't, you drown. They pull you down
God
under, and you
damn.
drown. And no, it's a documentary.
That doesn't sound like fun. You get
Okie noodling.
sucked into the earth by a fish?
Look it up. Yeah. But so if we got
What a great
documentaries-
hobby.
if we got documentaries on this, Jonah style documentaries on this, then we need one on. I don't know what I'm asking for.
Yeah, be careful
I'm asking
too.
for it.
Someone's going to start working on this
Documentary
tomorrow.
this crew right here.